Richardson. Is he J.J. Redick? He is not, but he could be. You still have Smith, the first-round draft pick from Texas Tech that was in and out of the lineup last year. We'll be seeing him in Summer League. He can come back and have another strong season. So I think the Philadelphia 76ers did it the right way. I had them as the winners. As far as losers, of course, number one, New York Knicks. You talked a good game. We're tanking. Zion, 2 max slots. Who's the one to play in the Mecca? And you got some average players. Yes, they're NBA players. I understand they're elite to make the league, but nobody on that team is scaring me at all.
So you're not ready for the Taj Gibson era?
No, I'm not ready for the Taj Gibson era. I was ready for the Taj Gibson era when he was coming off the bench with the Bulls and D. Rose and Joakim Noah. That Taj Gibson I was ready for. This one I'm not. Of course, I have the Wizards on there. I have the Boston Celtics, and this is the reason why. Yes, they got Kemba Walker, and he's a better locker room guy than Kyrie Irving. Not quite the same basketball skill level guy. But my question is, who else is there? And I know you're going to say Jason Tatum is there. Jaylen Brown is there. Gordon Hayward's there. Though I need those guys to take it back to the old school, how they used to be. If that happens, and it was all Kyrie's fault, as we'll find out very soon, because basketball tells you the truth pretty quickly, we'll find out. But I for right now, I have the Celtics as one of the losers and free agency. Somebody might tell me I'm crazy. I just got to see it. I got to see the Jason Tatum that dunked on LeBron James like he was some punk on the basketball court of the YMCA. I need the Jaylen Brown that we saw who was hitting threes, taking over games. And I need Utah Jazz pre-injury Gordon Hayward to come to the Boston Celtics. If they get that, then this team all of a sudden, in my opinion, becomes one of the top 4 teams in the Eastern Conference. Because the big thing in the East I need to see, somewhere right now, it is 7:05 Eastern Time. We're recording this podcast. If you listen real carefully, you can hear the net swishing from Ben Simmons shooting jump shots with Giannis Antetokounmpo at shooting camp right now. If those 2 guys come back with some jump shots, it is game on in the NBA, man. So that's what I got for my winners and my losers.
Yeah, I think that, of course, I think you're right with the Sixers being a winner. I do like the roster that they're building. I think the only problem for me with the Sixers is, and you mentioned it just with your last point, is with Simmons developing a jump shot. Whether he develops a jump shot...
He's shooting right now, right? But right now.
Whether he develops a jump shot or not, he just needs to make whatever he's shooting consistently, which actually he's one of the highest field goal rated players inside of 10 feet.
I was going to say, Pat, they're all dunks and layups.
Right, inside of 10 feet, but that's what I mean. But that's the problem. Without Butler, who's taking that final shot? Is it going to be Joel Embiid? Or Harris?
Yeah, it's going to be Tobias Harris.
It's going to have to be one of those 2 guys because you don't have anybody else.
Joel Embiid needs to lose weight and get in shape. And it can't be play unless it's the way it's going to be all the time, where we play 4 games and miss 6, play 5 games and miss 8. If that's the career we're going on, then I guess the Sixers will take it, because when he plays, we've seen he dominates. But that's a guy who I think, almost like a Boogie Cousins, hit the weights, lose some weight, get your body right. Take a look at a guy like Julius Randle, who went from looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy to Cock Diesel in the offseason.
You're right. He definitely put the work in, and we've talked about it. We've talked about it for the past few years. Man, he looks good. Man, he's actually doing well. He's actually coming around. I mean, he was good when he was with the Lakers. He was just too herky-jerky. He was too out of control.
Yep.
You know, a lot of players in the league come in and they're out of control, especially guards that are fast. John Wall. When John Wall first came in the league, he was out of control. He didn't know how to stop.
Nope.
He did not know how to stop. It was like there's no brakes. It's just full speed. But once you learn that, turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, you realize how much better you become, because other players can't stop and start just like you can. So if you can do that, that's great. Overall, man, free agency it lived up to the expectations. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
we had some crazy stuff happen, obviously, with D'Angelo Russell going to the Warriors, and then we had some, the Brooklyn Nets taking over what the Knicks should have been, and then of course we had Kemba Walker going to the Celtics, which we've been talking about, but we really didn't. I didn't think it was really going to happen. I was like, oh, come on, really? But I think it's a perfect fit for him. So overall, I'm excited for this new season to come around.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm excited for Summer League, which obviously you're getting ready to head towards it. I mean, I know you had some stuff about the Summer League.
Yeah. I'll be heading to Vegas on Saturday for my second time going to NBA Summer League. And I mean, for those who don't know how it works out in Vegas, it's kind of like a mini regular season. You get 4 games, then there's a playoffs, and they crown the champion. It's really, really cool because since it's Las Vegas, everybody comes out. All the first-round draft picks you want to see is Zion Williamson as good as they say he is. It's R.J. Barrett. It's John Morant. So you'll have players that play for those teams come out. And other stars will come out. So if you're a guy like a Derrick Rose, you want to see R.J. Barrett, so why not fly out to Vegas for a couple days, see his games? And because Vegas is so close-knit, it's not uncommon to be standing in line to get a soda, and there's Cassidy Hubbard, or there's Hassan Whiteside getting a hot dog in front of you. So it's a really, really cool experience. They also have a lot of seminars and things going on as far as like workout camps for guys that might not have gotten drafted or might not be on summer league teams. There's actually complexes there for these guys to work out and potentially have tryouts for the NBA. That's also a chance for me to kind of walk around and explore that. So I'm super excited. Also, it's really cool because I'm heavily involved in social media, and a lot of people I've never met before. I've only talked to them through Twitter or Facebook. To have a chance to put a real face to the name and meet up, I'm excited about that. And, of course, being a undercover, well, not really undercover, being a soccer fan, having the final be on Sunday, and I'll be in Vegas for the World Cup Soccer Final USA. I'm very, very stoked for that. But it should be a good trip, man. And there's a lot of rookies I want to see. I'm really excited to see Michael Porter Jr. from the Denver Nuggets. What's he look like? What's he look like? How healthy is he? I want to see the Washington Wizards. What do we got? What do our rookies look like? What do our second-year players look like? So, I mean, it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work, too, as far as keeping track of players and kind of find out who's going in what direction. So I'm excited.
Now, you know a little bit more about them than I do, but there's obviously a couple of different summer leagues. Because, right now, I think we have the Salt Lake City.
Is Utah's going on right now.
I saw
California.
last night.
There's games on right now.
Jimmer Fordette was playing for the Warriors last night. I was like, what?
I saw Hero, the Miami Heat's rookie, lighting them up yesterday like he's back in Kentucky. There's a game on right now. There should be another game at 9 o'clock, I think. The Summer League is blowing up. And then this year they have international teams. I want to say it's Croatia, and if I'm wrong, I apologize, and the Chinese national team will be there. So there'll be NBA teams playing against them. So, it's going to be exciting. I'll be there. I'm going to be there for 4 days worth of games.
Yeah.
1 day of exploring and 4 days of just straight ball.
I'm upset I wasn't able to go. R.J. Barrett and Zion going against each other is going to be something to talk about to your grandkids, grandkids. Like, it's something to talk about for the rest of your life. Because, I mean, I don't think I'll ever get to see Zion at least play. I mean,
come on. They'll come to town, and as bad as the Wizards could be, those tickets might be $5.
That is true. That is true.
I can see you and I rolling to a Wizards game watching that both those guys play. But you're right. It's going to be their NBA debut, and they're going to want to make a really good impression and show people in the rest of the league there's a reason why they were picked as high as they were picked. So that's exciting for sure. And to kind of piggyback what you were saying, man, this free agency period's been everything I could have hoped for. I mean, I was so hyped. At 6 o'clock, things just started going off. It was just nonstop. And like I told you, passed out, went to sleep, woke up at 1:30, and you would have thought it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon. I was right back at it, man.
Were you watching it on the jump?
No,
on the jump. Well, the jump every time there was a thing.
Yeah, she hit the button. Shout out to Rachel and them. That show is awesome. That show is awesome. That is becoming a big part of the NBA. She does a really good job of not just controlling the pace of the conversation, but bringing up good topics. And the one thing I want to talk about before we get off the air for sure, after what I saw with Kemba Walker, I'm going to say it. Besides James Dolan, second worst owner in the NBA, Michael Jordan. How much talent has left Charlotte? How many good coaches have left Charlotte? I understand he went to UNC. I lived in North Carolina for 6 years. And for my job, did a lot of catering with. I met Coach Roy Williams. I know, what's the guy's name that hit the game-winning shot or the game-tying three-pointer for Carolina a couple of years ago? Anyway, I know a lot of Tar Heels, a lot of people, a lot of coaches, a lot of players. I get it. Chicago Bulls, back to three-peat, played baseball, came back, three-peat again. Great player. As an owner, he sucks. He's horrible as a basketball owner. He's bad.
The look on your face right now says it all. Everything that you're saying is what your face is telling me.
hard.
Like, I'm not even listening to what you're saying. I'm looking at your face, and I hear exactly what you're saying from your face. And I get it. I totally get it. There's been a lot of great players, or decent players, and his draft picks really haven't been that
Frank
great either.
Kaminsky? What are you talking about? I have faster foot speed than Frank the Tank. Get out of here, man. Garbage, dude.
Hey, he was good at Wisconsin, though.
Garbage. This is not Wisconsin. This is the NBA, the National Basketball Association.
Who's the other guy? The guy that they got from
Michael
Kentucky?
Kidd Grillcrest with the most disgusting
recently.
jump shot I've ever seen in my life.
No. The young kid recently that they signed from Kentucky.
Oh man, I see his face.
I know. I can see it. Monk. Malik Monk.
Malik Monk. Yep.
I think he actually could turn out to be okay. He just got to get a chance to play.
Cody Zeller, get out of here, man! Stop it! Golly, I'm getting angry just thinking about it.
Oh man,
Cody Zeller.
That's funny.
Stop it.
Well, like I said, free agency lived up to my expectations and obviously your expectations. This season coming up, we're going to see a lot of new faces and new places, as they say. Hopefully, we'll find out what Kawhi does soon. That's the biggest question.
This whole show, the phone's been planted in my lap. Refresh on Woj, refresh on Sham.
6 o'clock on Sunday, I was like, I'm just going to crack open a beer and just sit down here. I got my tray table, a beer, turn on
tray
TV.
Table.
I was sitting on the couch, just with beer sitting there. So, but no, it was fun. A couple of things I do want to add that we didn't really mention that definitely wanted to talk about before we do finish up. Obviously, the Warriors talking about the owner basically came out and said that he's going to retire the number 30. Not really retire, but no other player, as long as he's the owner, will wear the number 35. So I think that's a lot of respect to show KD after he left. NBA 2K cover. Man, Anthony Davis is on the cover this year. And then, of course, we got the Legend Edition with my guy, D-Wade, with the throwback Miami on it. That's ridiculous. I love it.
Real quick, if you take a look at the cover and zoom in, oh man, you keep on talking. I'm
Okay. I'll look. I got it on my phone, but yeah. And then last but not least, man, I gotta give a shout out to my guy Nikola Mirotic. That guy, he's okay, I guess, NBA wise. He's not a superstar, but he's pretty good. But he left the NBA and went to EuroLeague to play for Barcelona and signed a 6-year, $79.7 million contract in the EuroLeague for Barcelona.
A lot of euros.
I think that's the highest paid contract, that they've had in that league, from what I understand as well. So shout out to him.
Absolutely.
Everybody thinks the NBA is that's it. Just the NBA. And then a lot of players that don't make it in the NBA, they go over there. Well, he was making it in the NBA, and he still chose to go over there. And hey, maybe it's because he liked it better over there. You know what I mean? He's I'm not sure exactly where he's from, but I know he's from over in Europe somewhere. So it's cool to see a guy just walk away from the NBA and sign a big contract over there and really do it right.
I mean, think about Stephon Marbury.
Yep.
Went to China, won a couple championships. Now he's a coach in China. What I was talking about with the NBA 2K is, if you take a look at the Legends cover and you zoom in on the picture, it has a neon sign that says Next behind Dwayne Wade, and it has Zaire, his son's name on there. So Dwayne Wade's on the cover. There's a blimp in the background that says Legacy. The neon sign says Next, and it says Zaire. So I guess Zaire Wade has Next as far as continuing the Wade legacy and keeping the name going in the NBA. That was a really, really cool touch by 2K, really cool touch by Dwayne Wade to add that on there as well, for sure.
Speaking of guys and their sons, obviously we got Zaire. Shaq's son. Shaq's son looks like a beast.
Yeah, he is.
LeBron's son.
Bronny.
Can you imagine LeBron, D-Wade, and Shaq's sons all playing, like coming up and playing together in the NBA? I mean, that would just be insane.
Yeah, we're getting old. I mean, you got Kenyon Martin's son's a beast. If you want to see a lot of NBA players' sons and see what they look like and how they play, Penny Hardaway and his assistant coach is Mike Miller at the University of Memphis. I want to say top 3, if not top 2 recruiting class in the nation. A bunch of ex-NBA players' sons on their team. A fun team to watch. So, guys, see if they can get those guys to all gel together. But Penny Hardaway has been the coach at Memphis for less than a year. and already using those NBA connections to get a really good recruiting class in Memphis. So that's something I'll be keeping my eye on.
Greg Anthony's son is
UNC.
good.
Yeah, Cole,
he is
Cole
good.
was nasty.
I watched him, and I know we're kind of rambling now, but I watched him in some highlights
hoops,
playing against Carmelo Anthony,
I
and
saw
they
the
were
same
showing
video.
him posting up. Whoo, that boy is going to be good.
Yeah, Roy Williams got a good one there.